Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JDL League Season 6. It's Isurus Gaming up against PIS game number 2. I'm SB Revolution 5, joined by, myself, yeah. That's awkward for me to say, but whatever. As we're going to be going into game number 2. PIS not looking too hot in game number 1. We did have a bit of a break because we had to wait on Corpse Party's PC to resume and everything. But again, I believe these are very similar bans, at least, with Io being swapped out for Winter Wyvern. Isurus this time will go for the Night Stalker. So they could still pick up the Zeus, although Nadara generally picks up the Skywrath Mage if they're going to play it. So we won't see his Zeus. That was one of the better games I've seen him play recently, because usually everyone in chat's like, oh my god, Nadara feed. Nadara's so bad. Nadara feeder. Report please Nadara for feed. But that's not the case right now. As we've seen him doing pretty well at the moment anyway. Broodmother band coming out as well. They are picking up a Wraith King, a very interesting hero who's been buffed recently, but not incredibly huge. His ult is pretty big, and as far as I know, there's currently something that I would say is a bug, but actually seems to be perfectly natural. And I'm trying to see if I can find it here on Reddit, because it was picked up. Whoa, that is pretty sick. But that was a misclick. That was a Timbersaw cosplay. Very nice, but let's just see. Yeah, Wraith King's Wraiths are affected by Necro ulti. So, if Wraith King has the Scepter, and the heroes around him show up as Wraiths for 5 seconds, Necro can then ult one of those units, and they're dead for forever, because that's how Necro ult works. So, okay. Anyways, Alchemist will actually be picked up by PIS, and unless I'm mistaken, this may be the first recorded... Hold on. Okay, he's been picked up in 2 games already, professionally. ES Portal with Ra and iLeague by How. Both won the game. How's in 35 minutes and Ra's in 71 minutes. So this is not one of the first recorded games of Alchemist of 6.84. I apologize for that. I was thinking we would possibly see that happen. Anyways, yeah, Ra appears to have done very well for himself. Do want to see what the item build was here. Looks like final items were Abyssal, Battle Fury, Monkey King Bar, BKB, AC, and Travels level 2. Let me go to Howls and just see, because I'm still interested to see how this hero is really going to work in the new patch. Looks like he went with much more of a ganking alch, with Silver Edge, Phase Boots, Battle Fury, AC, and BKB, of course. Anyways. Tinker being picked up alongside him as well. Beastmaster will be the ban out here, as Isurus have picked up the Phantom Lancer for Pepita. One of the heroes he's really played well lately. In fact, he's merited a respect ban in multiple games of the PL just because of his performance on the previous patch. PL being largely unchanged will be interesting. They will ban out the Dazzle this time around. And Isurus are going to pick up the Nyx, so this will add them a lot of stun. I'm assuming they're going to run Dolce offlane Nyx, which he'll actually do just fine up against Alchemist. He'll do very well up against Tinker in the mid and late stages of the game, as Mana Burn obviously going to do a lot. But just the fact that you have Spike Carapace and Alchemist has a lot of AoE damage, with the Acid Spray and the Unstable Concoction being an area stun. That's quite nice to have. So Night Stalker will give them a lot of map control, map presence. They don't have any hard stuns other than the Impale and the mini stun from Night Stalker's Q, but they're not really in that much of a need of hard stuns at the same time. They do have a lot of heroes on the side of PIS that are going to benefit from an Ags, and this is the big question. Is this Alchemist a core or a support? Is he going to be just the Ags mule solely on the team to build the big item and give it to the allies? Or is it going to be a more important hero like a core and get his own 6 slots before he picks up the Ags? We should be seeing any time now, as they do have 40 seconds remaining of their reserve time. They did get a level 1 penalty because of that PC crash, which is unfortunate for them, but hey, we got to keep the train rolling, you know. Because in just 55 minutes here, we got another JDL League game coming up. Nobody's disconnected. Luckily enough. Remaining. 5 seconds, okay. And they will pick up the Lone Druid, so I'm assuming nothing at this point. Oh, I don't think... let me see here.
Prepare for battle.
Okay. Sorry, just trying to do some housekeeping on the stream as well. Switch over to the casting overlay. MLG. Okay. Anyways, gonna get started right now with the game. PIS getting set up on the Dire side. We've got Iterato on the Tinker once again. In the mid lane, he'll be supported, not in his lane, but in the top lane by List Ferdinand on the Wraith King, Kira Webb on the Lion, and with some Radiant Blades here, we've got Alchemist played by Corpse Party. In the bot lane, their offlaner will be Jordan. On the other side of the river for Isurus Gaming, we've got Dolcimania on the Nyx Assassin. Fullback will be sporting the brand new Night Stalker set on the Night Stalker in the mid lane, actually dropping his boots to go ahead and creep block a little more efficiently. Pepita will be on the Phantom Lancer, which is quickly becoming one of his signature heroes. Nizara on the Skywrath Mage, and DDX will actually be here on the Queen of Pain. Fullback just blocking the creep swarm. As she did pick up the Founding Rune, the other one went over to Alchemist, and as you can see, he's already sitting on 600 gold. One thing I do really see here is that PIS, they have all 5 heroes benefiting from Ags, except for really Alchemist, but he's still going to get the extra slot, the extra stat boost. So if they want to go that route, they definitely can. However, you've got a lot of aggression coming out from Isurus Gaming, and that's going to be a big stumbling block for Alchemist. You're going to have to rush a BKB at some point, but you definitely want to get a farming item up first. He has picked up a Ring of Protection, assuming that they might go aggressive against him, I think. But they are going to go defensive trialing. They want to get Pepita fat because they know in the super late game, you can out-carry the Alchemist with the Phantom Lancer. Now, Lone Druid will be an interesting hero to go up against for PL in the bot lane. As his Sphere Bear, that red panda... Or, is it a red panda? I don't... Let me see here. It's the Wolf Hunter. It's the red wolf or whatever. I don't really know. It's a bear, though. We'll just call it a bear. We'll be going after them a bit. Isurus in a lot of trouble in the mid lane. Actually, we'll be down to 130 HP. Fullback coming in, throwing out a Void, and he'll just throw off some March of the Machines. First Blood going over to fullback, who will get stunned up by Lists and should go down here, yeah. Wraith King finding a revenge kill here, and that should earn him some boots of speed as well. However, DDX still perfectly fine in this lane. And that's a mid laner for a support, which is not a proper trade for PIS, especially considering that they have the... I lost my train of thought completely. I'm sorry about that. Cauldron, though, for Lone Druid, actually. Raise your Cauldrons. TI3 Compendium buyers. And he will be leveling up that bear. Just going with the standard Lone Druid build at the moment. Wouldn't be too surprised to see something like a Midas come out, especially as late game as they want to go with the Alchemist. However, that may not be the exact thing you want to do, seeing as, of course, you have a lot of aggression, again, coming out from Isurus, and you don't want to have to deal with that aggression in ways that are going to be like that. And, oh, poor fullback here. He can't find this Observer that does indeed block the camp, and is in a very tricky spot to find. In fact, he's used 2 sentries to try and find that, and has yet to do so. So, we'll be pretty out of luck right there. Meanwhile, Alchemist already sitting on 15 last hits, 3 minutes in. Doing alright on farm, but not winning the lane by any means, really. 7 last hits up on Dolce, and that's not what you want to allow your offlaner to get. And Tinker getting taken down by Queen of Pain. Alchemist already picking up a 4-minute Midas, and this is just the insanity that is 6.84 Alchemist. He gonna be making some money now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at GPM and see that Alchemist is already at 500 gold per minute, 4 minutes into the game. Yeah. Isurus does have 1,000 gold and XP lead, but the Alchemist is getting the gold he needs. He should be getting a little more, but he's definitely out-farming Queen of Pain and the others at this point. And actually, Queen of Pain, speak of the devil, gonna not be able to take Tinker down quite yet. The Tangos will keep him up. Night Stalker getting killed by a neutral at the Ancient Camp. I'm assuming just on the run from Tinker there. As Queen of Pain will manage to disjoint the Wraith King stun. Pepita continuing to farm on the bot lane, of course. Pepita continuing just to farm. I mean, that's all he needs to do at this point. He's going to be getting his own hand of Midas. I don't think he's going to outfarm the Alk, but knowing that the Alk isn't going to be aggressive, and you have a pretty aggressive draft to begin with, you can definitely pick that up and say, okay, we can work this out. He's sitting just 8 or 9 gold from it right now. Druid will have a little bit of space. I'm still interested to see what he's going to go for, as he actually is not getting very much CS out of this lane. I don't think we're going to see that Hand of Midas come up for him. He's sitting 12 and 2, is level 5 at least, so getting his levels for sure. Needs to get that level 4 bear, though, to be able to push a tower. Although, Pepita's probably not going to leave this lane anytime soon. When we've seen him play the Phantom Lancer, he generally picks up Vladimir's Offering, goes into the jungle, and farms up. I hope he doesn't decide to do that this game. Is actually up top. Kira Web gonna get jumped on by the enemy team, and Impale coming out. And Alchemist throws down the Acid Spray. Do they have enough burst to bring him down? It looks like they definitely do. And this can be the downside of running an Alk. Burst damage is his worst nightmare. As Tinker sitting here on 1,000 gold, working on the Boots of Travel as well. Fullback looking terrifying on the Night Stalker. They did change Night Stalker's portrait so that at nighttime he's all in your face, daytime he stands back a bit. And I think that's just a really cool change. It's not a buff or a nerf or anything, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a buff, because then if your enemies try to look at your items, they get scared or something and have to leave. But actually what looks like a quad stack here for the Alchemist. He's got level 3 Grievel's Greed, and he's going to be farming this up quite nicely. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin able to make a rotation down and take out Lone Druid, who does have another bear he can resummon. Is sitting level 6, so he did have that ult form up, and this can be a bit of a problem. But actually, checking back in on Alk, he's getting a lot of gold. He's going to get 28 bonus gold for pretty much every one of these last hits. Personally, I don't... if I were him, I'd be waiting till level 7 to farm this stack, simply because you're going to get a little more gold out of it, and it's very important to get that. However, he's struggling a bit for XP, doesn't want to die again, and it was a quick, easy way to get those stacks back up before he moves back into lane, where the creeps really mean a lot, except he's not going back into lane. He's actually going to go straight back into the jungle, as DDX is finding Tinker once again. That's a killing spree. 3 deaths now for the Tinker. He does have, or did have, an okay amount of gold, but now that's quickly beginning to slip as he's forced to buy out brown boots instead of rushing the Travel's recipe, as I'm assuming he wanted to do, to hopefully fend off the aggression of the enemy team. Alchemist sitting on 1,600 right now. I'm thinking it's not going to be Radiance, simply because there's a Lone Druid on the team. You don't want to go for a Radiance when there's a Lone Druid on your team, because he's probably going to want one. Although, with the new Ags upgrade, it is okay. And Kira Web gonna go down to the Dolce Mania here. Isurus definitely taking advantage of their potential for early aggression. And PL, you can see, already getting ready to go on the spot lane with the illusions. DDX on a mega kill streak. I can't keep up with the kills. Good God. Isurus, slow down. Ben 10, Isurus 0. And I think at this point the 0 is for number of lanes lost. And I don't know how Ben managed to lose 10 lanes, but Isurus doing really well here. Alchemist still sitting top of the last hits and definitely top of the net worth as well, but only 500 ahead of that Queen of Pain, who has been able to pick up not 1 but 5 kills in the early game here. They can deny this tower, and I'm assuming he's going to do so. He just needs to make sure they're not going to try to sneak in here and land a right click. Kira is coming up. Smoked up as well, and they have yet to see the Skywrath Mage. They do realize how low this tower... I guess they don't. Nyx is just going to say, fine by me. Thanks for your tower. Takes a lot of damage because of it, but does have an ult to get away with, the TP, and, well, more than enough to just waltz back toward the base. Yeah, Pepita is having the courier bring him a Wraith Band and a bottle, interestingly enough, for Pepita. I'm assuming he's not going to be going with his Vlad's build here, because usually we see him pick up the Vlad's instead of something like a bottle, but the bottle will take care of the regen very nicely. I'm not really seeing the usefulness here. Terato will go down, and those weren't boots of travel, ladies and gents. They were just a standard old TP scroll. Tinker sitting on almost nothing here. He may be sitting on even last hits with the Quap, but as we look at net worth, we can see he is very far down behind even a support on the Radiant team. Quap's going to be rushing an Ags to go ahead and get that cut through BKB damage up every single fight. And Alchemist, while he may be looking for a BKB, he's not going to do too well finding one. He does at least have a Perseverance on the way, so going to build into that Battle Fury and really get lots of farm going into the mid game here. I do like his build of Acid Spray max first. I feel like that's a very solid use of the Alchemist farming capabilities. And the Unstable Concoction, I feel, just does not scale quite as well in the early game. Especially if you're looking to hard farm. But then again, I'm not the most prominent Alch player. DDX actually farming up a stack that I'm sure was being left for Alch or Tinker, as Nyx will take advantage of finding the Lion over here, finding another kill for Isurus. It's 12-2 now, as they are indeed dominating the enemies. It's ownage out here, and now there goes your vision. They can't see a thing now. The Sloan Druid, can I just go ahead and say he looks a bit like Pudge? He's huge with that true form cosmetic. In fact, I think he's larger than the bear is. He just looks bloated, not cuddly or anything. Not that I don't think he's supposed to look cuddly, but whatever, you know what I mean. Wasted smoke there by Isurus. Unfortunately, they will spot out a double damage rune that they're going to give over to DDX once again. His Queen of Pain play has been phenomenal at the moment, and he's only 1,000 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter. Terato going to pop out a March to hopefully ward them back a bit, but double damage Quap may find a way anyway. Going to go up into the jungle and possibly look for Alch or Lone Druid. They do have a sentry down over here. And another down over there, as actually Lion will walk into the enemy team. You came to the wrong neighborhood, buddy. As DDX sets up, doesn't have mana for an ult right now, and won't even need it. That's a double kill for DDX. Dulcimania on a mega kill streak. And things are going from bad to worse for PIS. They're getting stomped. And Jordan was trying to deny the bear, but it'll go down to Skyrath, who is getting 300 gold for his efforts. Their one hope, maybe, is the Alchemist, but here's the problem. You're going for Battle Fury, you're getting in at a decent timing. Okay, I get that, Alch. The problem is, you get this Battle Fury, you still have to farm. It's, Archaea mentioned it yesterday as kind of a cocoon item. An item that lets you get ready to become strong, but you still need time and space to kick it in. It's not going to be, okay, all of a sudden we have this item, boom, let's turn it around. Nah, you're not going to see that come out from Alch. He can't battle with the Battle Fury, ironically enough. He is going to be very adept at farming with it, and he actually should be able to complete it right about now. In fact, I'm shocked, to say the least, that he's not buying it at the moment. There we go. Any day now with the creeps. It's actually fullback. We'll go down to Tinker. That's a pretty big kill for him. However, he's still 900 gold away from the Boots of Travel, and he's only picking up a Soul Ring at this point. Which, I mean, it's very useful for him, yes, but you definitely need the Boots of Travel as Tinker. So, Alchemist does not have the Battle Fury still. What is going on? What's taking so long? Why would you not pick this up? I'm not meaning to flame the guy, but the timing on your Battle Fury is critical. Critical on any hero, especially something like an Alchemist. Queen of Pain will now have her Aghanim Scepter up at 15 minutes. Lone Druid picks up some Tranquils, at least, for himself. The Bear sitting on a Glove and Boots of Speed. I'm assuming we're going to see Maelstrom come up for him? Maybe? He'll resummon the bear back to him. Nick's looking for a kill. We'll find the lion. And he's dead. Alchemist finally picks up his Battle Fury. Problem is now... Oh wait, no, that did not block his camp. That's his own ward. Jordan actually going to be in a bit of trouble. As ZDX is going to be godlike now. That was a sail bear, so he'll be able to resummon that when he gets back up. But that is 30 seconds of him and the bear off the map. What was a team of basically 6 heroes has now been reduced to 4. And at this point, Alchemist, well, can you even call him a real hero at the moment, as he is not looking too strong. Tinker will get a lot out of the jungle now with this march, and actually a whole small army of mud golems coming along as well. I just find it odd that they have the Alk, he's got his Battle Fury, and they're not doing much. Actually, the supports from the Radiant team are going to completely miss them in the moment. They can see Nyx, or they could. They know he's here. Slow coming out from Skywrath, and he won't be able to throw it out here as ZDX is waiting nearby. He will jump on the lion, take him down, and that's a godlike, or beyond godlike spree for DDX. They're looking for a root, but he'll be able to blink away beforehand. Tinker trying to throw out some spells in time. Will get silenced out by the Skywrath Mage. And Alk throwing the stun out to Dolce. Didn't have a Spike Carapace to turn it around with, but already Dolce is going for a Soul Booster, which could be either a Bloodstone or a Octarine Core. Or just a casual mana booster or energy booster along with an Ags. Don't see the point of that, but hey, if that's what he wants to do, go ahead. I'm assuming it's going to be Bloodstone or Octarine, but I still would like to see... I'd like to see Nyx become that Infestor, you know? DDX facing off with the bear a bit. When you've got a lone druid, though, and you're not able to rat at all, you haven't taken any towers, it's not looking good. As Nyx will actually find Alk with the help of Skywrath Mage. He's made 1,500 gold off of this Battle Fury, but the past 4 minutes have been him getting nothing done. In fact, Skywrath Mage, Nadara, who's been called the resident feeder of Isurus multiple times by Twitch chat, is sitting 3-0-4. He has yet to die. In fact, all of the heroes on Isurus have yet to die, except for Fullback. And Papita has yet to kill as well. He doesn't even need to, and he's making such a big impact on this game. He's got Boots of Travel, Ring of Aquila, and a Yasha, as well as a bottle. His net worth is skyrocketing. And Alk's, well, he's not doing much here. They don't have a great team at creating space for the Alk. Sure, the team benefits from Alk if he gets to late game, but that's a pretty big if right now. When we're looking at a 17k gold lead for Isurus, a 15k XP lead as well, and even with the comeback mechanics, this was not a very nice situation to be in. Now they're even a little bit nerfed. Nightstalker ult will come out. They're going to throw out the Queen of Pain ult. DDX just saying, hey, I can use this every time I want to. Also has a soul booster, mind you. Now this probably is going to be Octarine instead of a Bloodstone. As Iterato we'll get hit with some damage there. Still doesn't have Boots of Travel, and we're about to hit the 20-minute mark. I hate to give up on a game, okay? They denied him. I thought he was going to live, but they denied him. Oh my gosh. Alk has power treads. That's a thing. He's the only one staying afloat, and had it not been for Greevil's Greeb, which, keep in mind, he's not even maxing. And I'm sorry, but on a hard farming Alk, I think you need to max that. I think you need your 4 points in that right away. 8 gold per creep is a lot when you're farming this many creeps. I mean, that could be well over 800 gold right now. Maybe not quite, but it's a lot. As last hits wise, we do see PL dominating the board. And if you've got an Alchemist, you need to have the most last hits on the map 80% of the time, I'd say. Or at least close. You don't need to be behind by 80. And only keeping up with the enemy mid laner. I do get a root, but it's on an illusion. Unfortunately. And there's an ult for Queen of Pain.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Alk not sitting in an excellent scenario here. Lone Druid trying to farm, but actually Dolce coming right after him right now. He will resummon the bear to him, and Lion actually, or PL coming in, excuse me. Lone Druid in a bit of trouble. He needs to get 2 roots in a row on 2 separate heroes and also figure out which PL is real. Right now he won't be able to do it. He'll actually get doppel-walked by the PL. He's now going to go after Kira. Just send in the illusions. A stun out from Alk may be enough, but the Night Stalker ultimate is going to reduce their vision significantly. Skywrath dropping low. Not going to be enough. And actually, he's got a Perseverance to quickly move into probably a Lotus Orb here, which is only going to set him back another 900. So he's only 450 away from that right now. And I don't mean to bash Nadara, but usually this is the guy we're talking about that is feeding constantly. This Nyx Assassin actually has that Soul Booster done. Fullback going to come up, and Corpse Party just doesn't seem to be cutting it at the moment. Queen of Pain now sitting 700 from an Octarine core. It is core, right? No, wait. How do you... Wow, and I'm missing a kill while I'm looking for the name of the new Octarine core. There we go. I was right all along. Sorry for missing the kill. 25-3, 23 minutes in. And I'm not seeing it for PIS. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it could happen, but well, Dolce actually getting jumping in here, and we'll get taken down. A 4th kill coming out for PIS here. Wraith King picking up some treads on top of that. We got 3K on the thing here. What? I am very confused now. Dolce blinks into the base. Gets killed easily. Puts out a question mark and then disconnects. I have no words. I don't know. This game clowny. Indeed. This game be clowny. Tinker gaining a bit of gold. He does have travels, but nowhere to go with them. Out did pick up a Reaver. Again, I just don't have anything to go on here. And again, this is the advantage of Nyx up against Tinker. We are probably going to see Octarine coming up on him soon. Queen of Pain, of course, already having it. No has a 30-second cooldown on ult, a 4.5-second cooldown on Blink, and a 3-second cooldown on Shadow Strike. That is ridiculous. By the time Shadow Strike deals its first real instance of damage over time, you can cast another one. I mean... this Queen of Pain is a monster. And it doesn't even have any form of disable. In fact, still, the only hard stun they have is the Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace, and Impale. And it's proven to be more than enough for them. Pepita just split pushing his heart out. He'll run into Tinker, and they can hold out for a while, but... I don't see them making a huge comeback here. They're going to need a lot of, well, a lot to do so. Lone Druid's Bear, I mean, that was a wave of PL illusions that did 800 damage to him. Just the illusions. His Boots of Travel on both Pepita and Nyx Assassin just happened to be in the area. A push-in bot. Pepita is taking no damage. He's being tickled, at the most, by these heroes. And it's been a very greedy game from PIS. Isurus will throw out another March. He has gotten his Blink Dagger, at least. Slowly making some progress. The problem is, once again, we've seen Dolce die once, Fullback die 3 times, and that's it. Whereas the only person who's died under 5 times is Druid, Wraith King, and Auk. And they only have 1 kill between the 3 of them. Fullback actually in a lot of trouble here. He'll TP home, though. He's got an Axe, by the way, so there's no sneaking around him. I'd expect them to give this Aegis to Pepita and just assault the base, but they could give it to DDX as well. There's a South Shield on the ground. It's going to be for Dolce, so he can just jump into the base and pop a question mark again and be like, what's going on, guys? Huh? What happened? Alright, our next lobby is up for Join Dota League. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Can we get on to the next game? Can we get on to the next game?
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the reason.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As they do bring down some heroes here. Alk and Skywrath and Tinker going down, but I mean, Wraith King, he barely survives with enough mana to get the ult off. He does get it off. Stuns an illusion and dies. It's an ultra kill for Pepita here, who is just like, is anybody in the fountain? Anybody home? Okay. Lone Druid and Tinker are just like, we're gonna go try to take a tower as the Dire's base is in shambles. It is... I don't have anything. This game is... It's been over. It has been over. Kira Webb in a little bit of trouble. They've still, like, only lost 6 lives over the course of this game. With, I'm pretty sure, Queen of Pain and Pepita not losing any. There'll be a GG call from Corvus Party as Isurus will take the series 2-0. In very dominant fashion in the second game. They have declared Pepita could be their pastor. To which Pepita replies, just a good game, well played. We're going to be going live with our next game in just 20 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is Truesight TV bringing you Isurus up against PIS. It's going to be Fail QQ up against Macus coming up next. 2 Peruvian teams in a cage show match, death match, fighting it out. I'm SP Revolution 5 for Truesight TV, and thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the music while you wait, guys, and we'll be right back.